Some would say it's every home haunter's rite of passage to create a statue or to coat a prop with monster mud. But there's often a question about what it is, how it's made, how it's used, or how to protect it from the weather. In this video, I'm going to answer all of those questions, as well as show you a new alternative to traditional monster mud. But first, we should start with a bit of haunter history. Roll the film. Now that we've covered the history, let's mix some up. Monster mud is typically mixed in large quantities and can be stored in an airtight container for up to a year. But for this video, I'm mixing up a small batch to show consistency and texture. If you're planning to make a large batch, I highly recommend using a paint mixing paddle and a drill. As you can see, at the 5:1 ratio, it's pretty thick. The consistency is great for a variety of applications, like troweling it onto hard-coat foam props, or applying it by hand to add a stone-like texture to wall panels. But by mixing it 2:1, it can be applied with a brush, or even shot through an air-powered texture sprayer. Now that we've covered the original, I'd like to introduce Monster Mud 2.0. This is a slight variation on John Denley's original, but instead of using pre-mixed drywall joint compound, it uses powdered Thinset. What's great about Thinset is that it has an increased strength, better bonding, minimal shrinkage as it dries, doesn't degrade in water, and most importantly, it's inexpensive at roughly $5 for a 50-pound bag. In addition, it has a gritty texture that resembles stone, and because it's a powder, it won't dry out or separate before you can use it, like pre-mixed joint compounds have a tendency to do. Monster Mud 2.0's mix ratio is 1:1 Thinset to exterior latex paint, for heavy applications like filling voids and creating heavy texture. It can be mixed 1:2 or 1:3 for brush-on or spray-on applications. Once the monster mud is completely dried, you can add a layer of weatherproofing with Thompson's Water Seal or Minwax Polycrylic. I like to use a critter spray gun since it works well with sealers and all kinds of paints, and is extremely easy to clean due to its limited number of parts. Whether you go with original Monster Mud or Monster Mud 2.0, the possibilities are endless. Well, that's going to do it for this video. If you want to see more tutorials like this one, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and hit the notification bell to be alerted when I put out a new one. And until next time, happy haunting.